the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Boston Celtics as they go up against the Brooklyn Nets. And Brooklyn finding themselves in a slide recently. It's been a rough ride for them so far. We're a decent ways into the season now, and they're still stuck on one win. They've got nowhere to go but up. At least they can say that much. And with a little bit of time here before tip-off, I'll kick off a topic. Defense, as we know, a key to winning basketball. Kenny, talk about the hallmarks of a great defensive team.
Well, first there has to be an anchor in the back. And if you have an anchor in the back, then all of a sudden you can start with containing the basketball and denying those open lanes, because you know if they try to get to the rim, the anchor is back there. And after that, it's all about getting your hands up and making sure you contest every single shot.
And your anchor has to be a great communicator. He has to talk, help his teammates, make those extra plays like, hey, move, slide your feet, Ernie, pass the ball, give it back to Kenny, hey, watch out, he's cutting through.
He got me moving. You got me moving.
Communication's the big key, Ernie.
You see, he was the anchor, and I started
moving.
moving.
Hands up, Kenny, slide down, yeah, rotate, oh, yeah, get the three.
See? Yeah. As soon as he started talking, I just went. It just, man.
Two great defenders right there. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Good Friday night to you, sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Glad to have you with us. We're broadcasting live from Boston, the home of the Celtics. And, of course, Thaddeus Young. He's a guy that will be sorely missed.
Well, as fans, as teammates, there are a lot of people that I'm sure are sad to see him go, given all he brings to the table. I like what the trade does for him, and I bet it helps him right off the bat. I mean, it also is going to help him long term.
Well, we'll see, because you don't make a change this drastic without having a period of adjustment. So you may be right, but we'll see how long it takes and whether this new look roster can gel.
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Jeremy Lin. Robinson is out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2. And that one's good by Lopez. Boston took a lot of steps forward last season with their coach, Brad Stevens. Still, though, their defense was near the middle of the road. That will need some tweaking.
Yeah, and you could say that seemed to be the limiting factor, Kevin, in how far they eventually went. Strange, given how several years ago they were an offensive juggernaut.
Lin with it. Now, Thomas defending. Lin kicks to Lopez. Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by Crowder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Lin, and he uses the glass on the layup. Lin's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, for the Celtics in their defense, a lot of it had to do with rim protection and challenging shots. They were actually last in the league in blocks.
Now here's Thomas. He's coming off a 10-point game against Dallas.
But his passing just blew me away. I mean, to see him operate their offense that way was a breath of fresh air. Yeah, and the Celtics averaged under 4 blocks a game last season, but blocks aren't the whole story. They let opponents get too many easy looks inside the paint. That's the real factor why their defense was subpar.
One shot.
And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
Now Lin. Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. And it's Kilpatrick missing.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Thomas kicks to Olynyk. Stolen by Robinson. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition. Finish off the breaks.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing. And talking about Lynn last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective, and I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it.
So it's Brooklyn now after the basket by Boston. Bradley, no one around him. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide-open opportunities.
And the basket by Kilpatrick.
And, you know, getting back to Lynn, he was actually pretty strong starting out the season. In November, he made 48% of his shots, 37% from downtown. But in April, he only hit 24% from the field and was eventually shut down for the year.
Here's Crowder. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. And watching Jay Crowder, he can really beast you up, you know, Greg, and take you out of your game. One of the most physical wings, I think, in the NBA.
And you know, not the most flexible athlete, but he makes up for that with that strength that you mentioned. It allows him to control the pace. I mean, he's a bumper and a grinder and hitting a big three out of nowhere. So he's what we call a true gamer.
And both free throws good from Crowder.
You know, looking at Jay Crowder, he got traded from Dallas to Boston in the Rondo deal last season. Nobody expected all that much from him. All he did was go out and become one of the most valuable players on that team.
Now here's Lynn. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte.
And also his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out and transition.
Nets leading by 6.
You know, when you talk about Jay Crowder, there are those that you win because of, and then there are guys like him that you win with. I mean, the guy who's going to take the charge, commit the hard foul, do what others won't, really shows the heart of a champion.
Now here's Thomas. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. He kicks it to Horford. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Olynyk, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
Here's Lynn following the bucket by the Celtics. There's a screen by Robinson. Then the pass to Robinson. Lets it go from 11, and that one's good by Lopez. Lopez has got his second bucket tonight.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Thomas dishes to Horford. Here's Olynyk. Terrific design on the pick look. He lays it in. Olynyk's got 6.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Lopez a screen. Robinson a screen on Thomas. Lynn kicks to Lopez. The jump hook, no luck, and it's Boston the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Man, that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with you, and you know how optimistic and positive I am. But it's hard for me to find anything positive to take away from that. That's a game you just want to forget about as soon as you can.
Hollis Jefferson, rebound by Olynyk.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
17-foot shot on the way. And again, it's Boston converting. The Nets with the lead. Now here's Lynn. He has 5. The feed to Lopez. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. The Nets working the ball around now. Lopez, no luck. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And the shot's good from Crowder. And that ties it up.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated, in stride.
Nets were the hottest team and story a few years back, certainly. But last season, they were put up for sale, surprisingly to some part, midway through the year.
Yeah, that was odd timing given the new arena and rebranding. I mean, you would think after all that effort to rebuild the team, you would see it through.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And for the Nets being put up for sale, a big part of it was they were a team that was supposed to compete for titles. And since the move to Brooklyn, they have had trouble going deep in the playoffs.
So Boston ends up going with a new group, and a new group in for the Nets. Henry Sims is checked in for Lopez. Booker comes in for Thomas Robinson. Donald Sloan's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
And you know, with Brooklyn, I don't think anybody wants to take over a team in a rebuild mode. I mean, that's what the Nets seem to be looking at for the next few seasons. They had their shot, went all in with some of their decisions, unfortunately came up short.
6 to shoot. Here's Larkin. Misses off the left iron.
You can tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Booker up top. It's stolen by Johnson. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Here's Mickey. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a loss to show.
And they had to be sensational defensively on that night to compensate for the fact that they just couldn't find a rhythm offensively.
Well, I don't think they're really built to play those kind of grinded-out, low-scoring games. It just doesn't seem to be in their DNA to me.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And Brooklyn has possession. Following the bucket by the Celtics. Johnson with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. The Nets making a switch here. Reed's checked in. Here's Sims, and again it's the Nets missing. The Celtics with the lead. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. He knows they've got to really dig in defensively, facing a very talented offense. He said if you let them get going, they can run off a big lead and really put you behind the 8 ball. We've got to be disciplined, work together, and be prepared to make second, third, and fourth efforts. Whatever it takes to get a stop, that's what we'll have to do. Kevin, we'll see if they can get a win in this, their first matchup of the season.
Thanks, Doris. That's a potent offense they're up against right now, and they know it.
Yeah, and that's why they've got to be ultra-focused at the defensive end right from the tip.
And I have no doubts that they will be. As bluntly as Coach put it to Doris, I'm sure he was even more blunt when he was talking to his guys.
And he sinks the second.
And not many people expected anyone from the Atlantic to do much last season. Boston was the surprise of the division as they end up making the playoff.
Here's Kilpatrick. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Rozier. Pass to Mickey. Here's your Redco. Reed covering. Here's Rozier. That's tipped. Here's Kilpatrick. To the right side. All sorts of time. Mickey grabs the board.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
There's the pass to Johnson. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Larkin. And he lays that one in. And the Nets lead by 1. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nets.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Here's Larkin after the basket by Boston. They set the screen. Here's Sloan. They get it back. Sims, the pass to Reed. Got a hand on it. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. And it's Rozier missing. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Rebounded by Urebko. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Here's Mickey. That's tipped. Here's Kilpatrick. Passes it to Sims. No good with the elbow jumper.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
1:51 left in the first quarter. Johnson, the pass to Rozier. Here's Mickey, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And last year, the Nets would end right in the middle of the pack in that Atlantic division. Many thought they could try and win it outright, but that slow start to the year didn't make that much of a possibility.
Sims, 14 points from him the last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. Pass to Kilpatrick. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Hunter trains it from beyond the arc. Hunter's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. As you said, the Nets ended third in the Atlantic. They did have a good divisional record, Clark, going 10-6 against the rest of their division.
And, you know, everybody thought the Atlantic would be the weakest division, but that was disproved, sending 3 teams to the playoffs, the Nets being that third team. Really not a bad showing, given how tough that division ended up being. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Offensive rebound, Kilpatrick. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. So it's both teams making substitutions here. So he comes up empty, missing both.
Not a typical trip to the line for him there. He had been knocking them down today.
And there's the foul. It's on Donald Sloan. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Boston making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Brooklyn. Picked by Horford. Bradley dishes to Olynyk. Kicks to Horford. Feeds it to Bradley. Just 5 to shoot. Out to the right wing. Thomas. It's a wide open look. No good. In and out. Off the rim.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Celtics. They're up by 4. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And Amir Johnson re-signed in Toronto. He's been a big part of this team for years, and he talked about their great fan support in Toronto. A lot of fans south of the border in the U.S. are surprised when they learn how passionate, Clark, the fans in Toronto can be.
You know, Kevin, that's so true. I mean, when they get it going at the Air Canada Center, that place rocks. And it's great to hear Amir talk about how that pumps him up and makes him want to do it for Canada.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Celtics.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spot. They've really closed out well and forced them to hit the basketball on the floor.
Thomas is the point with Bradley into his side. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Horford. And it's Crowder in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
Brook Lopez, guys, started the season as the starting center for the Nets last year, but it didn't end up that way.
That's good from Brook Lopez. Lopez ended up coming off the bench for the Nets for a stretch last season. There was a lot of debate, Clark, if that was the right role for him.
Kevin, clearly there were differing opinions because as soon as it happened, every GM called Brooklyn up to see if Lopez was available.
Watching Brook Lopez, he all the time contributes in every category. It's amazing the number of ways he affects the game.
Deadly with the shot. Tremendous touch. Back to the basket moves, facing up, makes free throws. Good offensive rebounder, capable passer. He just makes things happen. Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Here's Sloan. The dish to Booker. From 10 feet out. And it's sent back by Horford. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Lynn's shot is off.
And talking about Lopez, he does clean the glass on the offensive end. He was 12th in offensive rebounds last year. However, he was 44th in defensive rebounds. That's one important area he definitely has to work on.
They've really flipped things around offensively.
Yeah, and anytime you can make more than half of your shots, you'll take that.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. He dishes it to Sloan. And again, it's the Nets missing.
You know, getting back to Lopez, how good is it to have a guy with his offensive package also be a near top 10 shot blocker for you? That's what he was last season and several seasons before that. He's an all-star talent if he can just stay on the court and stay healthy.
Now here's Lynn. He has 5. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Lopez outside. Lock at 6. Nets passing it around. Here's Sloan. They grab their own miss. There's the bucket. Good. Booker's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points. And guys, we've seen teams hire college coaches with no NBA experience before. It hasn't always worked out, but for Boston, they have to be very pleased with Brad Stevens.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. And Brad Stevens now in his 3rd year coaching the Celtics. Greg, I know you admire him from afar. Good fit for the franchise. Good fit, Clark, for a young team.
I agree with you completely on all of that. He stresses team unity and selflessness and sets the example and tone with his demeanor.
Your Revco's checked in for Al Horford. Celtics leading by 5. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lynn with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. It's hauled in by Thomas. Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Knocks it loose. Lynn with the steal. And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. Checking in from your Celtics, Amir Johnson.
Nets trail by 5. Lynn kicks to Robinson. And there's the pass to Kilpatrick. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Johnson against Land. Right at the free throw line. That one off the back iron and out. Boston's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Rozier, defended by Lynn. Here's Mickey. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Johnson. He's putting up 9 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
And guys, they're finally getting the consistency they wanted to see from him. Look for that to continue.
Here's Rozier, and stolen by Booker. In transition, here come the Nets. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Kilpatrick.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
It's tipped and stolen by Booker. Poked away. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. That's good by Mickey. Nets trail by 7. Pass to Kilpatrick. Outside, Lynn. To the paint. Clock at 6. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. From deep. And Boston with the rebound.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
So it's Brooklyn now. 9-point game. And here is Lynn. He has 5. Dishes it to Booker. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 3 assists in the game. Celtics leading by 7. Here's Rozier. There's the pick. He feeds it to Urebko. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Urebko's got 6.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
Timeout called the Nets.
And they've gotten good looks, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
Checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Lynn kicks to Larkin. Outside, Lynn. Six on the shot clock. Here's Kilpatrick. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Celtics leading by 8. The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
Finished off the break.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. And with the Celtics being a surprise threat near the end of last season, even their losses could Postgame. And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Now here's Johnson after Jeremy Lin's miss. Hunter no good. Lynn with it. He has 5. Now Robinson. He kicks it to Lynn from outside the arc. The offensive rebound and the pass to Kilpatrick. There's the screen. The feed to Lynn. Kicks it to Larkin. At the elbow, it's Robinson. Johnson with the block. Here's Mickey. 6 points for him. And Shane Larkin gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Al Horford is checked in for Johnson. And it's Crowder in for Mickey. Nets trail by 6. Larkin, the pass to Sloan. Here's Kilpatrick. The tray. Horford with the rebound.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Passes to Rozier. Here's Hunter. He's got 5. Austin with the ball. 5 on the clock. Urebko, the pass to Rozier to end the drought. Boston again missing.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball. And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Crowder, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Nets trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Read a screen. Here's Larkin. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's the floater. That one goes. Count it. Larkin's got 6.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Here's Rozier. 9-point game his last outing. Feeds it to Horford. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Crowder. And a dunk by Horford.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Boston leading by 4.
And Al Horford really has become one of those elite two-way big men. And that's very rare. You look at most bigs in the NBA, they excel at either one end or the other, but this is one of those guys that does it all.
Nets shooting in the second quarter around 42%. Pass to Kilpatrick. The dish to Sloan. Takes a 3. And Boston with the rebound.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And it's denied.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Yeah, that's a good observation on your part, Greg. Fewer free throw attempts for them this quarter. And the danger is they can't afford to get too comfortable out there because they've got the lead. Otherwise, it might start to get away from them.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And last season, the Nets made sure nobody went off against them. They would lose games, but they did a great job of limiting an opposing star from taking over.
As you mentioned with the Nets, they limited takeover games, set an NBA record, in fact, Clark, by allowing the fewest 30-point scores against them.
Yeah, you know, only Harden and Lillard were able to get 30 points against the Nets. As you said, the first team to allow so few in a complete NBA season. Going back to '99, the strike-shortened season, the Knicks did it as well.
Some changes for Boston. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Urepka. Avery Bradley comes in for Hunter. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Rozier. And a change for the Nets. Lopez is checked in. Boston leading by 4. Outside Thomas. Picked by Horford. It's Bradley on the wing. Ball stolen. Here's Kilpatrick. Here's Reed. And he misses the fast break layup.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the rim. They were all over it.
Nets trail by 4.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You've got to be aware of your clock and your situation.
And Bradley gets it to go.
Crisp pass into the paint.
The Nets shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and the foul on Avery Bradley. That is his first foul of the game. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for the Nets. "20 seconds left now here in the second. Larkin dishes to Lopez. And again, it's the Nets missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Horford, here we go. And that one is hammered home.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Celtics lead by 8. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. As a matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, how'd you think the Nets were playing?
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Celtics leading by 8. Setting the floor for the Nets. Thomas Robinson is out there with Brook Lopez. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. Now here's Crowder. Back to Bradley. Brown. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Lin. Right through the D for the layup. Lin's got his team on the board first here in the second half for Brooklyn. So it's Boston now. They've led by as much as 10. This game against Brooklyn here, it's their first look at the Nets.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year, but overall, two teams that were very similar in the standings.
Yeah, they were able to make the plays to come out on top, but it really could have gone either way, and you could say the same for tonight's game.
And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Nets trail by 6. And a minute played as the second half gets going. An easy 2 points on the layup. Lin's got 4 this quarter. And the Celtics shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Here's Kilpatrick. He's got 12. Outside, Lin. 90 seconds now into the second half. He dishes it to Lopez. They get it back. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Robinson misses, and out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
As this season gets underway, let's see how the Nets are stacking up in the NBA stats. 11th in blocks, 13th in rebounding, and And they're in the top half of the league in free throw shooting as well. Pretty good, but they could certainly stand some improvement there.
Nets trail by 4. Lopez a screen. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Kilpatrick, defended by Crowder. Puts up the baby hook. Left side, Bradley. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Well, taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down. Greg started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
You know, it's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, with Avery Bradley, he was the 19th pick in the draft for the Celtics. The outlook for him was great, but then ball handling and shooting, injury concerns flattened out his development. He had a hard time getting over the hump for a few years, but he's over it now.
And so Bradley nails both of them.
And, you know, getting back to Avery Bradley, he's been dynamite the last 2 years. He's finally found consistency with the mid-range jumper and plays a complete game of basketball. With just a little more seasoning, I really feel like the sky's the limit. And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
Now here's Lynn. He's got 9. Kilpatrick. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Kilpatrick's got 15.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Thomas kicks to Horford. Back to Thomas from downtown. Shot is off. Some solid defense there from Lynn. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's his first foul. Boston making some changes. Johnson comes in for Al Horford. And it's Mickey in for Crowder.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And, of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backfield.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Greg, you talked about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals, given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
Lopez a screen for the lead, and that's 2 points on the layup. Hollis Jefferson's got his first basket.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Johnson against Robinson. And Olynyk kicks to Bradley. Shot from 12. And the shot no good, a bit short.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Guys, this offense very effective.
Point right at him.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Lopez sets a screen for Lynn. There's the pass to Kilpatrick. Can't get it to go. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Here's Bradley, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home. Clark, third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
Yeah, it's really been a bit of a tug-of-war. Back and forth we go.
And, guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
And so it's Brooklyn with it after the basket by Boston. Then the pass to Lopez. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Lopez, no luck. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Bradley up top. 12 points for him on the wing. Johnson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And watching Amir Johnson, Clark, he seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint, and he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
And talking about Amir Johnson, he's really the last of a discontinued model, if you will. When the Pistons called his name in the 2005 NBA draft, the year before the rookie age limit was put in place, he became the last 18-year-old drafted into our league. And it did take him a number of years to kind of get up to the pro speed.
Guys, did you know not once in Johnson's 10 seasons has he averaged more than 11 points or 7.5 rebounds a game? Sometimes he doesn't even start. And yet, there's a certain sect of followers who feel Amir Johnson is among the most valuable, efficient players in the league.
Pass to Mickey. Here's Hunter, defended by Booker. Boston again missing.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
Lynn dishes to Booker. To the middle. It's intercepted. Here's Rozier. Dishes it to Johnson. Passes to Rozier. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. And the Celtics lead by 2. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Boston.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
5 on the clock. No good from Booker.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishing.
Pass to Hunter. Wide open look. And he hits the jumper for 2. And it's a 4-point Celtic lead.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Lynn following the bucket by the Celtics. Down low. And Booker kicks to Sims. That one rolling around and rims out. Celtics leading by 4. Hunter, the pass to Rozier. And there's the call on Henry Sims. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Donald Sloan's checked in for Brooklyn. Larkin comes in for Jeremy Lin. Here's Rozier. Pass to Mickey. Clock at 6. To the inside. Sims with the rebound. Sims has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Now the feed to Larkin. Shoots off the screen. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And that one's good. Hunter. Here's Larkin. 6 points for him. He feeds it to Sims. Will it go? That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Sloan.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Here's Rozier. He kicks it to Johnson. Booker pulls it in. Booker's got rebound number 5 here tonight. It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season. But give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
Here's Rozier. There's the pass to Hunter. Here's Mickey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off, and Shane Larkin gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And some changes here for the Celtics. Jay Crowder's checked in for Mickey. Avery Bradley comes in for Hunter. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Rozier. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Reedy's checked in for Trevor Booker. Bradley kicks to Crowder. Takes the 13-footer, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Crowder's got 8 points.
Nice piece of work there. Give yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
Here's Sloan. They set the screen. Kicks it to Sims. 6 to shoot. And Boston with the rebound. Uredko's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Outside Bradley. Feeds it to Crowder. Here's Uredko. Power down with both hands.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Nets trail by 7. Here's Sloan. It's stolen by Bradley. Outside Thomas. Ring shot on the way. Sims with the rebound.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Sloan, guarded by Bradley. Sloan dishes to Reed. Hollis Jefferson passes to Sloan. And the Nets miss again. And here's Boston. They're on a 14-6 run. The dish to Uredko. It's deflected. Outside for Thomas. Here's the 3. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Especially on the three-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
This is his first trip to the line tonight, and he hits the first of 3.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Amir Johnson, and Al Horford subbed in for Uredko. And he sinks the second. Greg, you were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns. In their first meeting, he took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared him down as he was hitting shots, looked at that bench. Man, he had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
Now here's Lopez. He has 6. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Here's Sloan. And it's off from 3-point range. On offense, here are the Celtics. They're on a 16-6 run.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Nets trail by 11. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
The Nets making a switch here. Robinson's checked in.
Thomas Robinson.
It's stolen by Bradley. Outside Thomas. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, the Nets really kind of drifted along for the first part of last season, treaded water, but after the All-Star break, they stepped on the gas, put themselves right back in the playoff picture.
As you mentioned, the Nets were great after the break, had the 3rd best record post-All-Star break in the East.
Yeah, and how about winning 13 of their first 22 after the break? And sometimes with a new coach and system, it takes a while to kind of figure things out, and that seemed to be the case with the Nets last year.
Both free throws good from Isaiah Thomas. 44 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Larkin. He's got 8. There's a screen by Robinson. Sloan in the corner. 4 on the shot clock. There's a screen by Robinson. Looking to end the drought. Brooklyn shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he hits both. Boston leading by 11. Now here's Thomas. 7 points in the game. He dishes it to Crowder. To the wing on the left. Fires the 3. And no good trying to get that one. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Celtics out in front. They're up by 11. And will return shortly. Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Nets trail by 11. Thomas is the point with Bradley into his side. Horford is out there with Olynyk, and it's Crowder in at the small forward position. That's the Boston 5. Here's Sloan to the middle. Shot clock at 6, and it's sent back by Horford. Outside Bradley, and it's Crowder, top of the key. Releases, and it's sent back by Lopez. Burnett shooting a meager 37% for the game. And Sloan kicks to Lopez. Fires the 3, but they recover it. Another shot, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Lopez has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Nets.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in this short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And for Robinson, the trade's way on him as well. Clarkie said last season that he just wants to prove that he belongs here.
Well, you know, he's yet to find the right fit for a team, but the skill set is clearly there. I mean, he's an NBA player. There's no doubt about that. Looked great for Philadelphia near the end of the year as he got minutes with them.
Dirk has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brad Stevens was giving to his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Now here is Horford. Outside Thomas. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Thomas Robinson.
At the line, you have one shot.
Free throw good, Thomas.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Now here's Lynn. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Lopez. From 20 feet out. The rebound by the Celtics. Olynyk got 6 rebounds here tonight.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but they've separated themselves, Clark, in a number of categories. Rebounds just being one of them.
Thomas, good.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Lopez passes to Kilpatrick. And stolen by Horford. And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way. Here's Olynyk. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Dishes it to Lynn. Pass to Booker. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Celtics leading by 14. Horford with a screen on Lynn. Here's Crowder. No good on the 3. The Nets have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the 1 make. Here's Kilpatrick. They get it back. Lopez. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Lopez has got 4 points in the quarter.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
A 3 ball. And Bradley gets it to go on the assist from Crowder. Crowder's got 4 assists now tonight. Nets trail by 15. And here is Lynn. Pass to Kilpatrick. 6 to shoot. Here's Lopez. Tries again. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down. Lopez playing well. 12 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor. And the thing with Kelly Olynyk, he does some stuff that really helps you, and some also that will hurt. I mean, he's highly skilled. He's got the deep range, textbook positioning in terms of the post. A lot of tricky moves down there. Yet he has a hard time being effective against great athletes, which the NBA is filled with. So he's going to have to evolve as a basketball player if he wants to be effective.
Boston leading by 13. Outside Thomas. Here's Bradley. Second chance effort, and the layup is good. That's now 8 points for Kelly Olynyk.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Lynn kicks to Lopez. Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by Crowder. Lopez dishes to Lynn. Misses off the left iron.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And it seems every season we see a player try and play through an injury. Sometimes it provides a boost with heroics, but it can lead to serious damage long term. It's a common practice we see, and some guys are pretty cavalier about it.
Will be at the line shooting 2.
The first one falls. Greg, a lot of NBA players do play through injury. Last year, for instance, LaMarcus Aldridge played most of the regular season with a thumb injury that required surgery. Mike Conley, Clark Kellogg, we saw in the postseason play with the mask with a facial fracture.
Yeah, and it's hard to make a blanket statement if it's good or bad for guys to do that. You just hope the player heeds the doctor's advice and doesn't do any further damage by playing injured.
No good on the second free throw.
Looking at the game for Crowder, he's got 11 points, and he's created a lot of chances for his teammates also.
And Clark, some of those assists that he's got today have been just electric.
The offensive rebound and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Celtics, Trevor Booker. At the line for 2.
And the first one drops. Good on both.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Now here's Bradley. The feed to Crowder. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Lopez, a screen on Thomas. Lynn bounces high off the rim and drops.
Boy, Lopez hunkered down and anchored in on that pick.
Thomas goes in the corner. Bradley with it. Here's Horford. The good-looking shot from the wing. Lynn with it. Lopez outside. 18 feet out. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Bradley. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Lynn following the score by Avery Bradley. Lopez a screen right at the free throw line, and it's off the back rim. No good.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Bradley passes to Crowder. To the inside. Lopez with the steal. Now in transition is Lynn. Here we go. That's good. Booker's got 4 points in the quarter.
Excellent play there, and coming at the right time, too, guys. I mean, they need to string together some defensive and offensive possessions just like that.
And if they do, they are not out of this game. I mean, they've got the ability to mount a comeback if they can just keep up the intensity.
Bradley can't get it to go. Nets trail by 14. Outside, Lynn. Here's Booker. Kept alive. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Boston, Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Celtics leading by 13. Now Olynyk. He feeds it to Crowder. Lets it fly from 18. And it's sent back by Lopez. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Thomas a screen. Horford kept alive by Boston. Kicks it out to Bradley. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Nets trail by 13. Lynn dishes to Lopez. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got his 9th assist in the game now.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Now, here's Thomas. Here's Crowder, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Shooting for Boston, Jay Crowder will be at the line shooting 2.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Robinson's checked in for Brooklyn. He hits the second from the line. Nets trail by 12. Outside, Lynn. Lopez sets a screen for Lynn. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Some good numbers there for Lynn. He's got 11 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
Now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Lynn. Both free throws good from Lynn. Here's Thomas. It's Bradley on the wing, picked by Horford. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
Shooting for Boston, Isaiah Thomas. At the line with 1 shot.
1 shot. 1 shot, gentlemen.
And that one misses.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Now here's Bradley. Tight defense on him. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from 14, and he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Bradley's got 19 points. Nets trail by 12. Lynn kicks to Lopez. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Lopez inside, working on Horford. The 10-footer. The shot's good from Lopez.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Outside Brandon. Down low. Olenek the pass to Horford.
Shooting for Boston, Al Horford. Will be at the line shooting 2.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. Here is Lynn.
Brooklyn timeout call.
Timeout called the Nets.
They're sending guys to the line way more than they should here. They need to play good position defense and avoid the reach-in sloppy foul.
And Brooklyn has possession. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on Horford.
Personal foul. 15 foul. At the line for the Celtics, Brook Lopez. At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. That one misses. Boston leading by 10. Outside Thomas. Here's Bradley. Puts up the baby hook. Horford no luck.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Kicks to Lopez. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Here's Bradley. Off target from outside. Nets trail by 10. Now here's Lynn. To the left side wing. The wide open look here for Lopez. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Thomas against Lynn. Thomas kicks to Bradley. Back to Thomas. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. A solo fast break. There's Howard Jefferson.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're leading by 8. There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. Thomas down low, defended by Lynn. Thomas, no good. Nets trail by 8. They get a hand on it. And now the fast break. Thomas with the ball. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
That's his second personal foul. Team's shooting for Boston, Jay Crowder. He'll be at the line shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 9. And both free throws good from Crowder.
He's been to the line here more than in the first. I thought he was a bit tentative in that first, but I like the aggressiveness he's showing here now.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're down by 10. We've got 1:23 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Lopez. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Horford. Second chance shot. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. 19 points for Brook Lopez.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here. He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Nets trail by 10. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Shooting for Boston, Brook Lopez. 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that brings them within single digits.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
Thomas dishes to Horford. Stolen by Robinson. And oh, here we go with Lynn. Nobody back. Good. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lopez with the steal.
Well, the clock has become their worst enemy.
Not a friend anymore. They've got to work quickly from here.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Here's Larkin. He kicks it to Sims. Rebound by Johnson. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal.
No question about it. That would be all she wrote.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shot's good from Young.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They trail by 9. 16 seconds left in the fourth. Sixteen seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Sloan kicks to Brown. Those three-pointers off the mark.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubt that they'd come out on top.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Al Horford. Tonight we saw all the reasons why he's been an established presence in this league for as long as he has. Clutch play from a great veteran.
Yeah, Al Horford put in some serious work bringing home this win tonight. He's always been the definition of a great two-way player, and when you've got a big man who's that versatile, it's a huge boost for your ball club.
Things haven't been pretty for them lately, but his performance in this win is definitely a step in the right direction. He wanted this one badly. You could tell that right off the bat. He put his game into another gear and was playing angry tonight, fellas.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.